Top two.
There's a lot of spots here in Indonesia that I know that are probably secret.
Nobody goes for the rules, so yeah, there's a lot of accidents.
There's magic out there and beautiful waves.
It's really paradise.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bali's popularity among surfers is at its peak. Let us hear what the surfers have to say about that. Do you come just for the surf?
Yeah, mainly for the surf and for the people. I've surfed basically here, everywhere, also in West Java.
Every day.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, I just come to Bali to learn surf.
Kerja sini surfing juga, ngajar juga, coaching juga.
Coach surfing ya?
Yeah.
I try to come every year, mainly for the surfing.
I come here for the surf, for the food, for the culture.
The waves is making me come here because it's the wave for the dream for everyone.
I surf every day.
How's the surf situation here in Bali?
Very crowded. A lot of people surfing here, yes.
Is it not crowded in other places in the world?
I think the surf industry is growing a lot, so yeah, it's been crowded everywhere.
The surf in Bali these days is still as good as ever. I think that the main issue is just like increasing crowds, but I think that's been a thing for quite a while. Just looking out there today, so it's like a smaller day on Uluwatu, like lower tide, but probably only like 20 people out, which is pretty good. It is 6 a.m, so that probably has something to do with it, but yeah.
I mean, waves-wise, it's incredible. It's getting pretty crowded at the moment. People with less respect on the lineup keep showing up, so it's getting a little tough. But still, there's magic out there and beautiful waves, so you can still find your way.
I think a little bit too crowded for me, because for surfing, when you go in the afternoon, it's always too many people, I think. I mean, there's super good waves, but
Feels that it's like more crowded than ever, which is good for and bad at the same time. But yeah, it's perfect waves, good weather, good vibes, good people, good Indonesian people. So
Sangat bagus buat kita ya sebagai lokal. Mungkin saya juga ngerantau di sini. Adalah banyak itu pemasukan buat kita di sini, orang sini juga.
It's like Uluwatu is 200 people surfing, and sometimes you stay there like 4 hours and you not surf so much. And if you living here, you can have your space for surfing because everyone know you. But if you come here for holiday and it's your first time, everywhere the spots in Bali is too busy.
I mean, because I'm still also learning, like surfing by myself and stuff, and to compete better with others, I can still say that, okay, it's a good learning session I need to switch up positions and try to get my turn. And also there are mostly men in the lineup, so for girls maybe a bit harder to really be self-confident and go for your turn. Sometimes I will feel scared because face the big waves are just scary. But I have coach, so I just relax. And my coach will protect me.
The coach is your everything.
Yeah, my coach is everything.
How do you handle the crowds?
I feel like you have to be smart, probably coming like at the right time where there's gonna be less people in the water. Be kind. The locals are not usually the problem, probably like the people coming from the outside. So you have to be like at the same time respectful, but also like impose yourself, because sometimes it's your turn and people just wanna go around you.
Kalau rame gitu pusing juga. Cuman ya dibawa happy kan, gimana kan kita bawa tamu, jadi kita juga harus kontrol lah. Emosi juga sering sih emosi gitu kalau di air, tapi dibawa enjoy aja. Ambil ombak satu, kita lebih relax lagi kan.
What's your favorite spot to surf in Bali?
Probably Uluwatu, where we are right now.
Well, it kind of depends what you're looking for. I like to go out to temples if I'm just paddling, surfing. That way I can kind of get away from the crowds. But recently I've been into hydrofoiling a lot, so we can kind of explore the whole coastline. Hydrofoiling opens up a lot of different options.
I'd say the best wave is probably Uluwatu here, but I also like Impossible, even though it's a faster wave. There's usually less people there.
Bulan depan apa gimana, mulai musim hujan, bisa juga pindah ke Nusa Dua. Di sini agak angin juga kalau musim hujan, nantinya agak jelek lah gitu.
I think I like Nyang Nyang and Pererenan, but it's above in Canggu, so it's a bit far from here.
Do you know any hidden surfer spots here in Bali or maybe Indonesia?
I don't actually. I feel like all the spots that I go have people, but there's some spots that you can go depending on the tide or the direction is going to be less people. But usually early mornings.
That's the key, early morning.
Yeah, I think so.
Have you surfed in other countries too?
Yeah. I surfed in France, Portugal.
How would you compare surfing in Bali and in other countries, like the waves and everything?
Well, I mean, it's so more beautiful here because I was first only in Europe, and you always need a wetsuit, and it's super cold. And here in Bali, you go just with board short, and I love it. You go in the water, it's so always warm. It's perfect. And also, I can go with the scooter. I put my surfboard on the scooter and just cruise around and looking for the surf.
What I saw in Europe, it's mostly like struggling with a lot of wind, and it's not very clean. It's cold, like the water is like 15 degrees, and most of the time you can find a wave somewhere around the island. You need just to drive a little bit, but there are almost no days where you can't surf, so that's really paradise.
The waves so clean and bigger than that in China. Yeah, it's a good space to learn how to surf, and I met several good coach. As a beginner, it's a good spot.
I think Bali has some of the best waves in the world for sure. Lots of like reef, which makes for good waves, and lots of swell coming in as well, which is a good combination for great waves. I think a lot of really good surfers in Bali as well, because it's such a well-known surfing spot. You get a lot of like good traveling surfers, so there's always like high quality of surfers here, which makes it hard to get waves.
The people you surf with, the people that comes here are all around the world too.
Would you say Bali is one of the good spots in the world?
Yeah, I would say one of the hot spots in the world, yeah.
Top 5?
Top 5, I would say.
Top 3?
Top 2.
Top 2. What's
Did
the
I know? What's the
top 1?
I think between Portugal and Hawaii.
Where did you surf before?
Maldives, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Angola. I feel like here the wave it's like a perfect wave. It's like a relatively cheap place, but I feel like it's getting more crowded. I feel like I want to explore another places in Indonesia. There's a lot of waves in Indonesia that I would love to explore besides just Bali.
Like what?
Like West Java, Sumatra, Timaja, Mentawais.
A lot of spots then.
Yeah, there's a lot of spots here in Indonesia that I know that are probably secret, but they're gonna be really cool.
Hometown saya sih di West Java di sana, Cimaja ya, di Cimaja itu ombaknya right hander sangat bagus, cocok juga untuk buat yang belajar level intermediate ke atas lah. Pangandaran, Cimaja sih the best.
What could be improved about the surfing situation here in Bali?
I think if people just had more respect for each other instead of just taking out and just burning each other off, that would be better. Just like the old gentleman's rule, sit on the lineup, wait for your wave.
Just happier vibes all around. There's a little bit of aggro when it gets crowded, and I think that's just because everyone's like competing for the same waves, you know.
So many people and not really respectful in the water, you know. Especially the white people, they drop you in on the wave, and that hurts a little bit, but it is what it is. Yeah. At least it's always beautiful weather, and yeah.
People are nice in Europe. In the water?
No, it's the same. But the problem is here is way more people in the water in the lineup, so when nobody goes for the rules, so yeah, you know, there's a lot of accidents.
To teach people, the local people, about the garbage and how to keep it clean, because that will be something that people from here needs to know and learn to take care of the environment. Because I see people, local people, not even the people that comes here, they just leave the garbage for the sea to just eat it, and we there in the water we can feel that, you know, because there's a lot of garbage everywhere.
Respect to lokal intinya. Mereka datang buat berlibur sama buat belajar juga. Jagalah lingkungan Bali ini dengan tentram. Kadang kan orang kalau udah lost control kan beda lagi kan.
Terkait tamu-tamunya ini, apakah ada yang aneh-aneh?
Wah, random. Banyak yang baik juga. Kan kita di sini di Uluwatu jarang ya yang random kayak yang konyol gitu. Tapi kan daerah Canggu kan, banyak sekali tuh yang itu. Tapi di sini aman-aman juga. Enak lah di Uluwatu, lebih tentram.
Di laut juga tentram ya?
Iya.
People should, even though if you surf really well, you need to be respectful and give waves to a lot of people. People come from far away, so you should be respectful at the sea.
Would you still say, even though it's crowded, it's still worth it to surf here?
Yeah, I feel like it's still worth it to surf here, especially if you come from places where waves are not as great. It's still worth it, yeah.
Okay, I think that's all, man.
No,
thank you very
so
much.
much.
Top Table Channel.